Hey gang, I wanted to kind of do this little video real quick to explain. I'm going to try and do a series of different videos here in Boonville, basically explaining a few things that are pretty much wrong with this town. From the stupid decisions people seem to make around here to make this town a bit better, to pretty much wasting money and all kinds of things to get things done. Ultimately, though, I wanted to kind of start off this little series, and I don't know how many I'm going to do, but hopefully I'm going to get them all uploaded before the end of the month. Where, as you can see, sitting behind me is the Boonville Police Station. Now, I want you to understand before I start off this rant. Now, what I'm about to say is my opinion. What I feel for every cop who's ever worked here or currently works here, it's just opinion. I don't dislike them all. I think there are just some that are just, well, let's get into the video real quick before I ramble on too much. You see, gang, the thing is, I've lived here in Boonville for over 25 years, and in those years, I have turned in my brother to the police multiple times for a lot of the bad things he's done. I've turned in multiple friends who have done terrible bad things. I've basically done everything I could in this town to try to be a good citizen. And I never hardly ever asked for anything in return. I tried to basically just say a good deed is good enough. You know, what's really the point in doing, asking for a favor from these guys because they work hard and all this other stuff. Well, this is basically why I'm kind of going on this rant, because of something that happened recently, but I want to take you back about a couple of years ago. See, I went to the local high school football game. Sarah was in Oklahoma, taking care of business, and she sent down this way rent money and water bill money to be taken care of the following week. Well, I went to the game, came back, the money was gone. I looked all over for it, tried to figure out where it was. That's when I realized it was missing. I come down here looking for some help. What do they tell me? Sign these papers, we'll see what we can do. Okay. Last year, my phone came up missing, the same phone I used to record videos with, same phone that my wonderful, beautiful wife Sarah gave me as a gift. It came up missing while I was on a late night walk. Come down here, report it stolen. What'd they say? Sign these papers, we'll see what we can do for you. Alright. Back in January, our lockbox got stolen. Inside our lockbox, it was my social security card, my birth certificate, many important papers that belonged to Sarah and I, our bank card, all kinds of things. A lot of mementos that we wanted to keep in there. Stolen. Came down here, talked to the bank about getting something done. What'd they tell me? You guessed it. Sign these papers, we'll get something done. Nothing got done. They never bothered to try to replace the money that was stolen. They never offered to try and buy me a new phone. And still to this day, there's been no word about what happened with the lockbox, even though they claim that they've talked to the bank about trying to get the video footage and everything like that of whoever used our bank card to deposit all the money we had in our bank account. Like I said, it happened back in January. Nothing's been said. Nothing's been done so far. And then, just last Wednesday, it had been almost a whole month since I heard from my wonderful, beautiful wife, Sarah. Normally, she will not take very long in a span of time to talk to me. Usually, we talk about every day, every night. When nearly a whole month had passed by, I was barely sleeping, I was barely eating, I was trying to drink whatever I could to keep my stomach full. I would drink water, sweet tea, juice, anything I could get to keep my stomach full and try to keep me calmed down and not from panicking. I prayed to God multiple times during the day and during the night, asking him to please give me a sign and let me know Sarah's okay. And he did. Well, there were multiple times I would see signs that just said, Sarah's fine, Sarah's okay. But something in my mind was like, I need more proof. I've got to do something. So, what did I do? The same thing I did the previous 3 times. Came down here, and I just tried to ask him, if you can give me any kind of information on if she's okay, if she's been reported into a hospital, if she's been reported by anybody as anything happening to her. That's all I asked him to do. Just look up her name. What'd they do? Sign these papers. We'll see what we can do. Well, thank God Sarah got a hold of me later that night. And she told me she was okay, everything was fine. Just was having some trouble with her phone, but everything was alright again. And gang, I was so happy I actually cried. I was so happy to get a message from her to tell me that she was okay, she wasn't hurt or anything like that. And she told me that if anything had happened to her, that they would have had to have gotten a hold of me to tell me something. Well, it's pretty obvious that if they're not going to bother trying to do anything about missing water bill and rent money, or a missing phone, or a missing lockbox, as much as I hate to say this, I don't think they were going to do anything for Sarah either. And the main reason why is basically because I'm pretty much considered poor white trash. When I think of everything I've done for those guys, when everything I ever tried to do for them, when I think of all the friends I turned in, and how many times I turned my brother into these guys, and I go to them for help, and they pretty much just sweep me underneath the rug, as if to say, look, we don't want to help you. You're not doing anything for us. You're not putting money into the town. You're not an important member of the society. You're not making 6 to 7 figures a year or a month. You're not richer than Donald Trump or Bill Gates. You're just poor white trash. We don't care about your problems. When all that occurred to me, it made me realize, what am I doing here? Sarah's been trying for years to get me to move to Oklahoma with her. And I gotta tell you, I stayed in Oklahoma a couple of times. I like it. I stayed there back in around 2001 with my brother and his family. I got a good, warm reception being there, and I enjoyed myself. Sarah and I went to Motel 6 in Tulsa a couple of years ago. I had a great time. So the big question is, why stick around here? I mean, if these guys don't want to help me out when I need it, when I've done everything I can for them, and all they want to do is basically say to me, you're just poor white trash, there's no need to stay here much anymore. So one day, Sarah and I, we're going to get out of this town. We're going to get out of the state. Because if my brother can move out of this town, move out of this state, and live a much better life, and my sister can do the same thing, why can't I? I know Sarah will pick us a nice place in Oklahoma to go live. And you know what? I'd rather be there. I'd rather be anywhere in Oklahoma to where at least there's probably more things to do there. And at least if you call the police to get some help, they don't care what your income is. They're going to be on their way to help you out. Let me conclude this one more thing before I get out of here. One time, Sarah called the police in Muskogee. There was some guy walking around where she was staying at. She called him up. They were there immediately. They apprehended the guy. Sarah ID'd him. Everything was done. There was no sign of paper and wait a while. It was boom, done. That to me is getting something done when you want something done. No messing around or anything like that. Now, I'm not going to badmouth every cop that's ever worked here or currently works here. There have been some good cops. They've got me out of so many bad situations I can't count them on fingers and toes. But there's a majority of cops here who just don't give a crap. They don't want to help out people like me. And you know what? That's fine. Because I don't want to help them out either. But one thing's for sure. Before Sarah and I head to Oklahoma, we agreed to get a couple of major things done. And the number one thing that we're going to do is something that's very important. And it's definitely going to be the one thing that I've been needing to do for a long, long time. But I never got to do it because, honestly, I never quite was sure that whenever I left this town before, it was the right thing to do. But now I know. When it's time for me to leave this town, it's going to be for the right reason, and it's going to be the right thing. So to my wonderful, beautiful wife, Sarah, I just want to say, I love you with all my heart. You're the reason I'm still here on this earth. And you're the reason I live, and you're the reason I smile so much. I love you with all my heart, and I can't wait for us to be in Oklahoma. So to anybody out there who sees this video, if you have a difference of opinion, that's fine. If you want to leave it in the comments below, that's fine too. But I'm just saying what I feel about these cops. If we had a whole string of good cops who were willing to help out and do what they could, this town would be a whole lot better. But unfortunately, we just got a lot of bad cops who take the slogan to protect and to serve as pretty much saying themselves. So, I'll see you guys next time. And I'll try and do more of these videos. Like I said, hopefully get them uploaded before the end of the month. Take care of yourselves, guys. And Sarah, I love you with all my heart. I'll see you back here soon. And we'll see each other in Oklahoma sometime in the near future. Take care, guys. Until next time, as always, stay strong and rock on.